Hello guys, welcome back. I am here with an October wrap up. Today is the 12th of November, so I'm a little bit late, not as late as I was last month, but nevertheless I am late. So October, I told you guys there was only 2 books I was reading, and I told you that it may be October and November that I got through those books. So I was partially right and partially wrong. So for October, they're literally, October / beginning of November. There are 2 books that I've read. One book was actually September, October book, and the other one was October, beginning November book. So I'm just going to wrap it up in October. So first book, that was the September, October. Yeah. Book I read with my small group of girls at church, and I'm telling you, this book is called It's Not Supposed to Be This Way by Lisa Turkhurst. I believe it's Turkhurst. And yes, you are seeing the cover the right way. She is upside down, and the title is The Right Way Up. So this book, I like reading Lisa Turkhurst books, but I don't always relate to her books, but I know people that do. So it's like not necessarily a bad read or anything like that. And I do learn a lot from her books. But this book, man, I could relate to every single chapter in this book. This book is a really, really good book. I will not give any spoilers, except for I don't think this is a book that anybody should read alone. If you are reading this book, I think you should read it with a group of people or one other person. Like, don't read this book by yourself because after every chapter, I do think it is worth a discussion, either with one other person or with a small group of girls. I'm not gonna lie, I've read books with one other person, and I've read books with my small group of girls, and I do think that I would have preferred the way we read this, which was together as a small group of ladies, because reading it otherwise I don't think would have been beneficial for me or the girls that I read it with. There was just way too much that needed to be talked about during the reading of this. Sorry, it seems like I'm a little sidetracked. I need to make sure I got all my bookmarks out of it. I had like 3 bookmarks in there, and since I'm done reading it, I'm gonna put it away, and I don't want to put my bookmarks away with it. All right, next book was the book that was October, first week of November, which I knew it was going to lead to. And that, my friends, is Nosferatu. Oh, blah, 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 blah. When I'm joking around with my husband talking about reading this book, it's always Nosferatu. But yes, this is a library jacket that you see on it. I bought this used from Amazon, and wherever Fairfax Public Library is, they were getting rid of this edition of it, and I got it. Got it for pretty cheap too. It's a hardback, so whatever. But yeah, so I don't know if I showed you guys the inner part of this, and the jacket is taped, and I kind of don't want to untape it because I don't want to lose it, but it's just the forest, nothing special. But that's just the shorter way bridge, the entrance before she goes or exits the shorter way bridge to Christmas Land. I like both of those illustrations. And then that, of course, is Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. And yes, I got finished with this book first because, I mean, this was the other book I was reading, which is Stephen King's It. Look how thick that book is. It's like 1,500 pages, I believe. Could be less than that. I always get this wrong. I think I got it wrong in my other video. So it's like 1,200 pages. Somewhere along that line. Okay, 1,153 pages. Sorry. But this is a 1,000-page novel. This is a 584-page novel. Nope, I lied. $689. Yeah, $689. Yeah. Excuse me. I had help with this book with the app Hoopla. There we go. Oh my goodness, my brain's all over the place. So with the app Hoopla, I had help reading this because of how big it is, because of work, because of my college classes and the reading I have to do for those classes. I'm not always able to sit down and read this. So most of this was listened to. I listened to the audiobook on Hoopla. And I actually have to say, the audiobook had a creepy older woman reading the book or narrating the story, and it was well worth it. She did an amazing job. I think I liked it better as well with the audiobook because she gave all the different voices, and there's a few words in here that I didn't know how to pronounce myself. Not very many, just some. And it was helpful, but really, really great book. I'm very, 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 very sad with the ending. I'm PO'd with the ending. Not the ending on how the kids, okay, this is a spoiler. Not the ending on how the kids were saved, but that not all the kids were saved, and not all the kids were saved by the choice of those kids to not be saved. And I think it was because those kids essentially just believed what the main bad guy believed and thought they were doing, great or whatever. But I really, really wish that there was a part 2 to this, and if there isn't, I might want to write him and say, hey, you need to write a number 2, because with the ending of this, there should be a number 2. And if there is a number 2 out there for this book and I just don't know about it, can someone please leave it in the comments, because I would love to read it. I'm also upset with the ending of this because I would have never guessed that Lou would have wound up with the person that he's with, and that our main protagonist would not be all the way till the end of the book. So I did not like the ending of this book, but it was a great book. Really great book. I would read it all over again and be mad all over again for the ending. But really, really great. Definitely worth multiple October reads, if you ask me. So this might be a reread next October for me, depending on what's good and what's out and what's creepy at the time. Because I read scary books all year round anyway, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, that is my October wrap up. Those are the only 2 books that I read. So yeah, that's all I got. If you like this video, please hit that like button, comment in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel.